Now to Netflix, seeing a big jump in subscriber growth, but it's also raising its prices.
Remember when Netflix cost $8 and had everything?
Yo, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I am your host, ClickThatReacts, man. And just really quickly, I wanted to address all of my subscribers out there, all of my fans, all of my loyal contributors, man. I just want to let each and every one of y'all know that I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, truly. And I know I took a little bit of a hiatus there. I'm not gonna throw 1,000 excuses at you. We already know the holiday season was going around. Me and the wife got a little bit sick, so we needed a little bit of time to get everything back in order. But now we are back, and we're trying a little bit of a different method here. I hope you guys appreciate it. If you guys prefer the old style, please just let me know down in the comment section. But anyway, I don't want to make this intro too long. Once again, thank you to each and every single one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm always in my comment section checking y'all opinions out. And today we got a little bit of an interesting one for you. So this video right here is actually kind of explaining and breaking down the details on how Netflix had kind of ended the era of piracy, right? For those of y'all that are not 100% understanding of what the piracy era was, that's when, bootleg movies, bootleg DVDs, bootleg websites, stuff like that, and how Netflix kind of sort of single-handedly ended piracy, right? I always check out like the first 2 minutes of a video just to see if it's interesting or not for you guys. Of course, I do not watch the whole thing. So in today's video, that's what we're diving into. Buckle up, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
When you didn't need a spreadsheet to track which show lived on which platform, those golden days are dead, murdered by the very studios that could have ruled streaming forever. Instead, they chose greed over genius. And now they're bleeding money, while the one thing Hollywood fears the most makes its triumphant return: piracy. This is the story of how the streaming wars became Hollywood's biggest self-inflicted wound. In this video, we'll discover the brutal truth behind the streaming apocalypse. How did Netflix accidentally solve piracy, only to watch Hollywood destroy the solution? Why are studios now losing millions on platforms nobody asked for? And what's the one inevitable outcome that makes pirates the real winners of the streaming wars? Stick around, because this corporate bloodbath is just getting started. Before we dive into the streaming massacre, hit that like button if you've ever spent 10 minutes just trying to remember
that like
which
button,
app
y'all.
has the show you want to watch. Trust me, after you hear how badly Hollywood screwed this up, you'll want to share this with everyone who's drowning in subscription fees. Now, let's watch an industry commit suicide in slow motion.
I mean, I think we all pretty much know what the actual problem was, right? I mean, when Netflix first dropped, right, it was a great solution, right? We all got tired of, to a certain extent, right? Netflix was just more convenient, right, than have to go to the bootleg, man. And half the time you didn't even know if you was going to get a good quality of movie or not, right? Sometimes it was just a movie of a person sitting in the movie theater recording it with their phone or with their camera or something. You will see get people moving up throughout the video. Sometimes you will get a higher quality picture, and then sometimes it wouldn't even be the movie that you asked for at all in the first place, right? And then if you did it yourself, you had to go to different little shady bootleg sites or programs, BearShare, Kaza, different torrent programs, different torrent websites, the Pirate Bay, stuff like that. So when Netflix came out, man, for that small little fee of like $7.99 or something like that when it first dropped, I mean, we was all willing to do that, right? All your movies were in one place, super easy to find, super, easy and convenient. But I mean, the problem now is obvious. The convenience is gone, right? If Netflix doesn't have your movie, then you got to check Disney Plus. If Disney Plus doesn't have it, then maybe I don't know, HBO Max or whatever has it. If they don't have it, then maybe Peacock has it, or Hulu, or Amazon. And after you start adding up all of these different subscriptions, it's the convenience is gone, right? And now it's just more convenient to find you a different torrent site, especially since all of your devices can pretty much connect to your TV wirelessly, right? You can go to a certain website on your phone, shoot the phone to your TV, and now boom, there you go. I hope I just didn't break a code. Yeah, my bad, YouTube. I'm not suggesting that anybody go out there and do that, right? Pay for y'all stuff, man.
Here's the thing about piracy. It's not really about money. It's about convenience. For decades, Hollywood fought pirates with FBI warnings, lawsuits, and DRM copy protection that ironically made pirated content better than the legal version.
Yeah, I remember I got
While
a couple of
pirates
those
got
letters in
clean
the mail.
files that worked anywhere, paying customers dealt with device restrictions, constant verification checks, and content that sometimes just refused to play. They treated symptoms while ignoring the disease. People pirate when getting content legally is harder than stealing it. Then there was an idea. What if we made paying easier than pirating?
In comes Netflix, right? Exactly.
Netflix showed up with one platform, one price, everything you want. It was so brilliantly simple that even hardcore pirates started subscribing. Why waste time on sketchy torrent sites when you could just click play? For one beautiful moment,
Man, I'll tell you the truth. Netflix put a lot of the bootleggers out of business, man. And if it didn't completely put them out of business, man, it drastically hurt their pockets. Like if I wasn't doing it myself, I knew a couple of guys or a couple of bootleg places. Even there was even some stores in my neighborhood, right, that would sell the pirated DVDs, right? So, I mean, I always knew somebody I could go to if I wasn't just going ahead and doing it myself. But once Netflix dropped all of that, just seemed pointless, right? There was no point in going to these guys anymore, and I say like 90% of them disappeared. Right. And now since we're heavily into the streaming era now, I think it's just gone, right? Don't nobody even care about DVDs or anything like that anymore. But the websites are now emerging, right? A whole new threat.
everyone won.
Or the websites has been
Consumers
around
were
for a
happy.
while too.
Netflix was printing money,
But y'all get the
and
point.
studios got their cut without lifting a finger. It was streaming paradise. But Hollywood looked at Netflix's success and saw dollar signs they weren't collecting directly.
Like always.
Disney thought, why give Netflix our Marvel content when we could keep those billions? Warner Brothers wanted their HBO money, NBC, CBS, Apple, everyone wanted to be the next Netflix. So they pulled their content and launched Disney Plus, HBO Max, Peacock, Paramount Plus, and a dozen other platforms nobody asked for. They expected consumers to follow them around like loyal dogs, subscribing to everything. They forgot something crucial. People have budgets. More importantly, people have a breaking point for inconvenience. Picture this. It's Friday night. You want to watch the new series everyone's talking about. It's not on Netflix. You check HBO Max. Nope. Disney Plus? Nada. Oh wait, it's on Peacock, which you don't have because who the hell has Peacock? And you can't justify paying another $10 for ad-free access to watch one show. By the time you've played platform roulette, your Friday night motivation has died, and you've remembered why torrent sites exist. Quick question. Drop a comment and tell me your streaming setup. Are you paying for everything, playing platform roulette, or have you found alternative solutions? Here's the beautiful irony.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I done fell off on like my superhero movies, right? There's other reasons too, but one of the main reasons why I fell off on like my superhero movies, Spider-Man and the Avengers and all of them is because, man, I already got Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, and now you guys want me to go ahead and get Disney Plus as well too, right? Just so I can watch a few of the superhero movies, right? Because I don't really care to watch all of them, but there'll be a couple in there that I want to check out, right? But I can't justify, paying a whole nother subscription fee for a couple of the movies that I actually want to watch, right? It's not going to be a whole lot. And do I really want to sign up and then try to cancel and do all of this extra stuff? I don't really care to do all that, especially when there's a simple website that I can just type in really quick and, like I said, share my screen with my TV, and there we go. Problem solved, right? And actually, if it wasn't for a couple of my family members, uh, that it just makes it easier for them to go ahead and jump right on Netflix and find their movies. If it wasn't for that fact, like if a couple of my family members were a little bit more tech inclined, I wouldn't have any of these subscriptions at all. I wouldn't have any of them. And I only have Amazon Prime for simply for my package deliveries, right? So I don't really care for the shows that's on there too much. But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have them at all. Yeah, I'll have my laptop connected to my computer, or half the time, like I said, I don't even have to have it connected to my computer, to my TV. And half the time, I don't even have to do that. I can just mirror the screen wirelessly. And there we go. Any and everything that I want to watch is right there.
Studios created exactly what they were trying to prevent. Instead of 8 subscriptions at $15 each, people picked 2 favorites and sailed the high seas for everything else. The very problem Netflix solved came roaring back stronger than ever. Now we're in a worse position than 2007. Back then,
Oof, y'all remember the Amazon Fire Stick? Oh man, that was fire. How you could unlock the Fire Stick? Man, how many of y'all had that had the unlocked Fire Stick? Man, y'all let me know down in the comment section, man. I'd almost made a career out of unlocking Fire Sticks at one point.
everything was pirated anyway.
uh,
So
Good
at
old
least
days,
the
good old
playing field
days.
was level. Now you've got fragmented legal content and a sophisticated piracy scene that makes the old days look primitive. Modern pirate sites have become mini Netflixes themselves. Sleek UI, everything in one place, instant streaming.
That's exactly
While
what I
the
was just
actual
talking about.
Netflix go through enshittification with ad-supported tiers and password sharing crackdowns. The kicker? Studios are hemorrhaging money on these streaming ventures. Disney Plus lost billions. Warner Brothers Discovery is drowning in debt. Paramount Plus is a punchline. They had the solution. One platform that made piracy irrelevant.
And I really do think that that was so petty. That's just another sign of corporate greed. Now, I guess to a certain extent, I get it, but I would say, within your household, right? Because we have a thing called IP addresses, but I mean, within your household, you should be able to share your account with unlimited devices, right? As long as it's within your household or something like that. And I guess I can understand the point to the family plan. You want to share with a couple of family members outside of your household. But I mean, they just started getting a little bit too greedy with it, man, and it was absolutely ridiculous. They was kicking people off of your account or stuff like that, or they were sending you these little notifications like, "Hey, you need to upgrade your plan, otherwise these devices are going to be disconnected from your account." It was like, come on, man, like how greedy are y'all, man? Like chill out. I already got to sign up for 9 different streaming services, and now you want to up my package just because I have one too many devices connected to my account. Get out of here, man.
They torched it for ego and short-term greed. And now everyone loses. While Netflix is performing somewhat well, they also felt the effects. Password crackdowns, ad-supported tiers, and content that disappears overnight. The other platforms are burning cash faster than they can raise it. The only winner in this war is the one player Hollywood spent decades trying to defeat: piracy. Hollywood spent decades fighting piracy, accidentally found the cure, then chose to break the medicine and wonder why the disease came back stronger than ever.
Ad supported tiers. That just goes to show how spoiled we are as a generation nowadays, right? See, I just did the video yesterday on the 90s. So how many of you guys out there remember that you paid for cable? You paid for your cable service, but you still watched ads anyway, right? I mean, it wasn't a big deal to us, right? We paid so much a month, for your local cable service or whatever, unless you had the bunny rabbit ears on your TV, right? But if you had to, where you screw it into the back of your TV, man, you paid for your cable service and you still had to watch dozens of commercials, right? I mean, you probably got more commercial than you got TV show, and it wasn't a big thing, guys. But nowadays, man, we so spoiled, right? Or we're just so used to the way it is now. It's kind of like, and if I'm paying for Amazon, I'm not supposed to get ads, right? But that's because that's how they started off. They started off like that in the first place, so they kind of set the bar here, right? So we were already used to this. But now all of a sudden, y'all started introducing ads, so it kind of felt like y'all moved the bar, right? Y'all lowered the bar for some reason. But if they would have started off with ads in the first place, I don't really think, honestly, people who would have had such a big deal with it, since we were coming from the ad generation anyway, right? Commercials were everywhere, right? But
Speaking of industries making catastrophic decisions, Marvel's entire future is hanging by a thread, and it all comes down to one movie. I broke down how Spider-Man Brand New Day could either save or destroy the MCU in my last video.
you guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna leave links to the original video down in the description area below. Um, I mean, piracy, as long as they keep up this method uh, of doing things, especially with the NFL and the NBA, man, that's crazy. I don't watch anymore at all. Y'all let me know. Do y'all still, watch y'all favorite sports league, whether it be soccer, football, the NFL, whatever. I said football already, basketball. I don't watch anymore because it's just too stupid and too confusing to watch now. I gotta have an NFL subscription, then I have to have an ABC subscription, and I have to have this subscription. And I think nowadays even Netflix is getting some of the football games too as well. It's absolutely ridiculous that I have to go through all of this and sign up and pay for all these different things just in order to watch a football game. But then maybe I want to watch a movie after the football game or before the football game. Now I have to have a completely separate subscription. And then on top of that, pay for my internet service as well. It is absolutely ridiculous. And when you squeeze people this much and this hard, of course, an alternative route is going to emerge, which this alternative route has already been there all along. You guys just kind of blocked it for a little while. You made it a little bit more convenient, but now the convenience is gone. So therefore, the pirates, they're going to come back. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just ClickThatReacts, and I thank y'all for sticking around to the end of another video. Once again, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Man, as always, man, I enjoy making this content for you guys so much. And once again, I really appreciate y'all sticking around, not unsubscribing during my hiatus, right? I apologize for it. It won't happen again. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.